Welcome to Legally Ponzaneli, a podcast dedicated to the real stories behind the legal profession. I'm your host, Stephanie Ponzaneli, a law graduate from the University of Arkansas School of Law. Each week, we will hear from law graduates who share candid conversations, practical advice, and real experiences that show you just how different everyone's journey into the legal profession can be. This episode is sponsored by Belmonte, a skincare and lifestyle brand built around the reminder to stay still, grounded, and present. In the show notes, you will find our link tree where you can find where to follow us on social media such as TikTok, Instagram, a direct link to our Amazon storefront where we show you what supplies you need for law school or bar prep. We also have our Patreon. We have a link to our sponsor, Belmonte's website. We are trying to grow the show, so please follow us on all of our social media platforms. Today we have a really special guest. Welcome. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, thank you for having me on. I'm Crystal.
Amazing. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Where did you go to undergrad? Where did you go to law school?
Yeah, definitely. So I have lived in Chicago my whole life. I am I live currently right outside of Chicago in a suburb. But so I've been here my whole life. I went to undergrad at DePaul University, and then I did law school at UIC, which used to be John Marshall. Most, depending on the demographic, we'll still remember it as John Marshall, but it's currently UIC. It's been UIC for, maybe 4 or 5 years now. Uh, yeah, so I mean, in undergrad, I studied philosophy and political theory, and I always knew that I wanted to go to law school and be a lawyer. And now I'm licensed in 3 different jurisdictions.
Oh, where are you licensed? That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm licensed in Illinois, obviously. I'm also
Yeah.
licensed in Missouri. Yeah. And then I'm licensed in the Northern District of Illinois.
Oh, awesome. I forget
Yeah.
that you need to do districts. Is it to go into court to be
Yeah,
president?
pretty much. It's not very hard to get licensed federally as long as you're licensed in one state, in any state.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so awesome.
Well, you have to fill out the application and, pay the fees and, like, have some references, and I wanna say you have to be a member of any state for at least a year or something like that. There are some restrictions. It's not you can't just, like, apply, but, yeah, it's not an extra exam or anything.
Yeah. You don't have to take the bar again. That's great.
Possible.
Can you tell me like what made you decide that as you said philosophy and what else? I'm sorry?
Political theory. So,
Okay.
I liked political science, as many students that go to law school do. And I, really liked studying that, soft science. I've always liked studying like sociology and psychology and stuff like that. So I thought that was a good practical way to get
Mhm.
out in the world and learn about people and like how governments are structured and all the people, the power of the people and stuff like that. But um, so I thought that was a good undergraduate degree. I mean, and philosophy. I realized that I love studying how people think and how people make decisions and just like the fundamentals of why people do what they do and
Mhm.
existence in itself and like just pondering some of life's biggest questions uh arguably
Yeah.
even that you think but yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I think uh, studying thinking and why people do things is so important.
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm.
What was your bar exam experience like? When did you take it? When did you pass? Your license in 2 states, so tell me about that.
Yeah, definitely. So I graduated in 2022, and honestly, it took me 4 times. It took me 4 times to pass Illinois. So on my second attempt, my score was high enough. It was a 261. Illinois is a 266. And my bar exam journey was very frustrating,
Yeah.
because, I didn't have a lot of friends in law school, but, like, they all passed and I didn't, and it was just, it was such an emotional ride for me. I remember that, like, I would have really bad breakdowns, like, just trying to study, that summer after graduation and just trying to
Mhm.
study, and I have always struggled with some ADHD, and, like, I just remember just trying to study and, like, not getting the scores that I wanted and just, really being so hard on myself, and that caused me to have these breakdowns and then ultimately, like, just not be able to study and pass. So that was the first time, and then the second time I got really close, and then the third time I thought I had it in the bag, so my score actually went down. But, my bar exam journey was not easy, and,
Mhm.
that's why I really resonate with bar candidates, who, just sometimes it feels like some of these kids are slipping through the cracks and, like, they just need some more support and they need some
Mhm.
more direction, and I can go on and on about this stuff, but I just resonate
Yeah.
so deeply with them because I I really struggled with it, and it's not just because you're not smart enough. I mean, it's not because of that. It's
Yeah.
there are all these other factors in life that are
Mhm.
permeating your ability to hit the target.
Yeah.
So So I really yeah, I was put through the ringer.
Honestly, it's so refreshing, and you probably don't love hearing that. Like, in that moment, it probably doesn't feel that way, Like, I didn't pass the first time. I didn't see that coming, I was like, "I did everything," And
Worked
it's
so hard. That's
yes.
that's a big one because
Yeah.
you do work so hard. You did
Yeah.
maybe put 8, 12-hour study days and did
Yeah.
2,000 questions. You deserve to pass,
Yeah.
but then you don't, and you're like, "What happened? What did I do wrong?" Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it really, you know
I love that you went through that experience because I feel like people don't understand it unless you've lived it. So, like, my boyfriend, my friends, they all passed the first time, right? So and I took it later, and I genuinely didn't expect not to, and I wasn't far off. When you go through it, you're just like all of the emotions, all of those
Yeah,
feelings, they can
confusion.
kind of yes, they can kind of, like, invade and take over. And so what I love about you guys and what I love about what I'm doing now is, like, I'm in a weird way, I'm thankful I didn't pass because I wouldn't know or understand or connect with people that I have been able to, because
Yeah,
people, like, share with you, I shared my journey, and some people have gone through so much and have so much that they're going through still, and they feel dumb, and they feel like it's their fault, and it's just being able to share that it's not. You aren't dumb. You aren't
yep,
like, this is not on you.
yep,
So
it's just part of your journey.
yes, yeah, and so I love that you were able to, like I also have ADHD. Regular programs aren't for me, and I learned that,
Mhm.
unfortunately, the hard way. So
Yeah, and that is something that really frustrates me too, is that in law school, you're given these 2 options and
mhm,
the obvious options that we all know about, but there is not much awareness and understanding of these other programs that are a
mhm,
little bit more unique and tailored to maybe what
yeah,
some students need instead of just, "Here, take this because everybody else did." It
yeah,
really that's awesome. There should be more connections like
yeah,
this, you know, for those bar candidates that are out there that need
yeah.
us.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
unfortunately, when you're in
When
the
you're
trenches, you're like and let me know if this happened with you, but you're like, "I'll do anything, whatever it takes to pass," you
Yep.
know?
Oh, yeah. Yep, you can ask Sand. Not mantra, but I used to always say, "I just wanna know what they want at this
Yeah,
point. I just wanna
yeah,
know what they want so I can give them what they want."
yeah,
Yeah,
and
because that confusion.
yes. So, you took it 4 times, you've
Mhm. Yeah.
passed,
Yeah.
and I guess what year was it when you got your passing score? What was your tell me about that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's kind of a crazy story. So it was in 2024. Actually, my 2-year, I'll be licensed for 2 years in Illinois, at least,
Mhm.
May 8th, so it's coming up.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, I think about the story. I was actually on campus with a friend of mine who had been taking a final. She was doing her, like, final trial advocacy. Um, so I was just on campus, even though I'd graduated already. I was, like, studying and then helping her. I was playing a witness, and, I ran into one of the deans, and he asked me my name, and he said, "I just became aware that you passed the bar exam." And so I learned that I passed through the dean, like, just through running into the dean at my school, and I had been so busy helping my friend that I didn't even check results. Um,
Gosh.
so I was just like I was just in shock because I was not expecting, that at all. Yeah, and then then I had to go into this, mock trial room and play her witness right after that, and I was like, tears in my eyes, not full on crying, but I had tears in my
Yeah.
eyes, and then though and it was very fitting for the part. That's what I'll tell. It was like
Yeah.
a spouse that had, been wrapped up in a crime and stuff like that. So it was very fitting. And then when I finished with my testimony, my friend announced to the class that I just passed, and it was everybody was clapping, and it was like insane. But
That sounds
yeah,
so
I mean,
magical. I
it
love
was
that.
yeah, and it was really, really special now that I think about it because every every other time, those 3 times I didn't pass, it was always just me with my phone, maybe a few people around me, um, probably alcohol involved, and having to just open that digital letter,
Yeah.
and it was kinda traumatizing, like, especially
Yeah.
by the 3rd time, I remember it took me hours, and I had my friends around me, and it took me hours to finally just open it,
Mhm.
and when I did, it was like something like a monster unleashed because I just wasn't okay. But so anyway, so, like, those times were so much different, and then the time that I passed was just yeah, like you said, magical because it was just an different I didn't have to go through that experience of needing to open
Mhm.
it, and yeah, I know that that's it's rough. It is
Yeah.
rough to do that.
So so you pass. Where do you currently work? Tell me about that.
My gosh. Okay, so, um, I work remotely for 3 different law firms. Um,
Wow.
yeah, it's kind of, a crazy deal, a bit non-traditional, but I love it, actually.
Mhm.
So I work for Dent Colson Elder Law, and that's a firm that has a few different locations in Illinois, and one of those locations is about 20 minutes from St. Louis. So it's, like, down by the Illinois south border, and, so that's how I use my Missouri license sometimes, because
Mhm.
there's some crossover. And so I work part-time there, and then I work part-time for Fox Law, uh, and principal attorney Paige Fox, she's an outstanding person, lawyer that I look up to a lot, and so, it's just me and her, and we run this remote law firm, and it's great, and then I work for another firm in California. We do primarily immigration and, some litigation, but I'm tremendously busy, but, it's fun to be able to, like, direct my skills differently
Mhm.
to each firm and be able to grow differently. Yeah.
Well, that's so
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Um, so can you
So
tell me a little bit about bar exam drills, how you met them, and your journey there?
absolutely. Well, so I found out about Sam, who is the founder of Bar Exam Drills, on Reddit. Just like a lot of our students do that we coach and tutor, um, find us on Reddit because, uh, I don't really know why, but we're popular there, and so I was Reddit is such a good place. It could be a toxic place, but it's a good place to find
Yeah.
tips from all
Yeah.
these people that went through the different things, and, so that's how I found out about them. I believe actually Sam messaged me directly and was like maybe there's a way that I could help because I was outspoken about my experience. And
Mhm.
so I loved what I heard about the program. I love the individualized coaching and tutoring and um, just the whole structure of the program.
Mhm.
I realized I probably needed, and it's you know I can just get down to it. It's repetition, like practice on overdrive. Um, we don't beat around the bush. We don't make you watch time wasting lectures and do these wasteful, uh, busy work, true
Mhm.
false questions, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, I hated that.
It's practice with real questions just drilled daily, and it's like I think about how some of us just need extra practice. That's really
Mhm.
what it came down to. That me realizing that I needed to give this program a shot, and I did, and it changed my life.
So do you work for them as well or no?
I do, yeah. But having coaches there to work with you directly
Mhm.
really helped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And I do
and
work
so
for bar exam drills. I'm now so I use bar exam drills to pass. And then after about maybe it was one bar cycle, so 5 months or something, I contacted him. Well, then see, I posted about the program on
Mhm.
different social media platforms, and then I started having people reach out to me directly and ask me about the program, and I realized I was really passionate in talking about the program, and I would get on calls with candidates, like potential, students that we would take on. So I would start getting on calls with them and like talking about how this was such a good program for me and maybe it would be for them too. And then it just clicked in my head that I want to be more involved. And so I contacted Stan and asked if there was a way for me to be more involved with the company and like be more hands on with some of these bar candidates.
Wow. So
Yeah.
he using bar exam drills is what you use and what helped you pass the
Yep.
fourth time? And then you were so passionate and you wanted to share that? Oh my
I
god, that's
did, yeah, and like I
beautiful.
said,
Yeah.
it just unfolded, like, I just posted about it, and they started coming to me, and I started answering questions about the program, and I was like, I would love to really get in on this because I think we're tapping into, um, maybe a place for me here," and yeah, and that was, probably about a year and a half ago.
And when you reached out and you were like, "Hey, you this program really helped me. I'm really passionate.
Yep,
I want to help more people that were either in my
yep, in my
situation or
place.
about to go or yeah, or just avoid them having to, go through
Absolutely.
it."
That's a huge thing for me is if there's any way that I can help others avoid going through what I went through and needing to take it a bunch of times, I wanna help if I can. So that's big for me. That's really big for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell me like how what your role is in it now?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So I like to think of myself more of a coach than a tutor, but
Mhm.
I mean, I'll definitely get on calls and Zoom meetings with students to break down some of the topics on the bar exam and like explain rules to them and stuff like that. But fundamentally, we really believe that it's more about the practice. It's more about the drilling, and we talk about it afterwards and stuff like that. But I so each bar cycle, I take on maybe 3 or 4 bar candidates and really just check in with them weekly, give us, try to provide some accountability, because this experience can be isolating. It can be
Mhm.
isolating, especially if you failed a few times. Maybe you're getting some backlash from your family or like judgment, and there's just a lot of negative energy that you have to shut out.
Yeah.
So having somebody step in that understands, at least to some level, and can
Mhm.
check in with you and can really try to keep you on the right track, uh, to the finish line and try to just be there as a support system too. Someone that understands it a little bit better.
That's so beautiful because this is more than just let me help you and tell you what you need to do to pass the bar. let me
Yeah,
check in on you. You actually care.
I do. Yeah, a
Oh,
ton.
yeah.
I meet with these students 7 days a week. I mean, like, they have any day
Yeah.
of the week, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wanna be there for them. I'm, texting them explanations while I'm on the Stairmaster, and, like, I
Yeah.
really yeah, I care about them a ton. Yeah,
And I love that it's not like you're given tons of students and like you're overwhelmed. I love
right.
that you are like, I have a set, these are my people, and I am here for them and available to them.
That's exactly what it is.
I love that. And that's what people need. So that's beautiful. Um, I don't know how you juggle 4 jobs, but
I don't either.
you
That really
know?
yeah,
But
I know.
I love that you are able to, like, handle that and
Yeah, and I still do pro bono work, and, like, I volunteer, that's really important to me, and,
yeah,
yeah, it's all really important.
okay. You have your one-on-one students. Do you already have your students for this bar, cycle?
For the cycle, great question. So, I have one that just confirmed yesterday, and I have
Yay.
another one that said she would confirm next week. So I'm close. I'm
Yeah,
already close to being filled up. Yeah. I think Sam just said yesterday that you're gonna be filled up early with students, so that's okay.
yeah,
You know what we say is, they're always like, "When do we start?" The earlier the better.
yeah,
Jump in
yeah,
because because, you shouldn't waste time at this point. Yeah.
and I'm like,
Mhm.
people are sleeping on this program. Like,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I
written
know. Oh, I can talk a lot
unreal.
about yeah, well, I
Yeah,
have a very specific style of grading. I don't just leave a few comments like other companies will do of like, "Oh, you have to improve your substance," or like, "Add a little bit to your rule statement," or something like that. What I do in my grading is I add to your essay in a different color font exactly what you could have wrote in order to make your essay better. So I tailor your essay and I will add rules for you. I will show you like model answer this is probably how you could have worded your rule differently, break it down a little bit more. So yeah, I'll add comments, but I'll also embed in your essay what you could have done differently. So you can see it.
yeah. And is that the same so is that with MEEs and MPTs?
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it takes me
amazing.
maybe it can take me an hour and a half to grade 1 MPT.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because I
those are
really
long. Yeah,
they're long. They're long. The file and the library and all that stuff is also long, but, I really do look at every single sentence. It's like, what is the purpose of the sentence? Um, did it help you? Did it hurt you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Will you be teaching the next gen bar as well?
That's a great question. Yeah. Yeah, I will. I
Um, with the next
think that
gen, I have a lot of people that have been reaching out. They're worried, they're nervous, they're anxious. They're like,
uh
I found out I didn't pass, and now I have to study for this next gen.
yeah,
Is this a good program for people to go to for that as well?
it is, yeah.
Oh, um, is bar exam drills a good program for next gen, and what does it look like? So, are you guys still going to offer that one on one for next
Yeah.
gen bar?
Yeah, we are. So we're going to be launching our next gen questions pretty soon. I want to say May. But yeah, we're going to have questions in the app and we will be there as support and yeah, we'll have drills and everything.
Perfect. Um,
Check.
do you guys I saw that you guys do, like, study schedules. How many hours do you guys recommend studying? Is it different per person? But what's, like, a max? Because I know what I found out with myself is I overdid it, like, way too much.
Mhm.
So, what are you
It
guys
really depends on the person. I mean, it depends on what that person needs. So I like to assess someone's progress weekly, about weekly, how are you
Yeah.
doing in Civ Pro? How are you doing in these different subjects? And then if if so I like to expose those weak spots. And
Mhm.
then when you expose a weak spot, then we're gonna do more of that thing.
Mhm.
But it really it depends on so many things. It depends if that person's working. It depends if that person has young children. Um, so we really try to give our students grace with the schedule. It really, yeah, it depends if they're morning people. I'll say then get up at 6 and let's have a call at 6:30 before work.
Mhm.
But if they're not working, I'm a little bit more uh, more like, let's check in throughout the day and what are you doing today and that kind of thing. Yeah.
I love that. That's a perfect answer because not everyone fits in this box, you know?
It is
And so
a unique
you
program. Yeah.
yeah, so you take the time to get to know them, and I love that because there's so many mitigating factors of, like, what people are doing. They're working, they've got kids, they've got like, I'm not really that much of a morning person anymore. Like, well, I have insomnia right now, going through a whole thing, but we'll get that better. But, like, it's great that you're like, "Hey, let
That's
me know
tough.
about who
I
you
can't
are."
imagine. So, like, I need my
Yeah.
sleep. Cannot
Oh,
imagine.
yeah. It's bad. I don't it's just, like, since I found out I didn't pass, it's been, like, weird, but we'll get it back. We're bouncing back. It just takes a minute.
Yep, it does. I always say, you know, you need to take time to grieve and
Yes.
then get up, dust yourself off, and try to hit the target again.
Yeah, that's great.
Mhm.
So what advice would you give someone preparing for the bar exam?
Where do we start? Look into the bar exam drills program.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's so much that we can say. I'm happy to get on a call with people and
Yeah.
talk about their situation and what they can do. I like a holistic approach. So,
Mhm.
you know, we'll look at MPTs, we'll look at MEEs, and we'll also improve your MBEs with all the drills and everything. We like to say an essay a day. It sounds like a lot,
Yeah.
but y
No,
it
I get
takes
it.
30 minutes, or maybe you have accommodations. You can take an hour out of the day and do an essay, and then we'll grade it for you. And then you have more exposure
Mhm.
to a rule that maybe you haven't met before.
Yeah.
So I can say so, so, so much. But it's like maybe you should start meditating. Maybe you need to try to be a little bit more active because this whole process is a mind and body experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
And what advice would you give someone who has to retake the bar?
don't let it affect your self-esteem. That's, probably pretty pretty close to home, but because if you let it eat at you, it will affect your performance. So it's all about staying in the game, and it's
Mhm.
all about trying to be focused, and it's a lot easier said than done. So you need a fresh approach. Definitely a fresh approach. I It really bothers me that, these companies will offer a free retake or maybe a discount or something like that. If you didn't pass the first time with that program, maybe try a different program or just change up your study habits. Um, yeah, definitely maybe just even just book a consultation with us and we will talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I wanna thank you so much. Crystal, this was great. It was so great to meet you, hear your story, because, this is what I love about my podcast is, like, you never know what people are going through, right?
And like I said, I'm very passionate about this because I know that law schools are failing a lot of graduates. I mean, not literally failing them, but,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
hand you your JD and they say good luck, and there should be more resources and actual help to
Mhm.
get you to the profession that brought you to that school in the first place. So I'm not singling out any schools, any particular schools or anything, but I'm just saying I think there's a reason why you're here doing this, and there's a reason why I'm here doing this. And I truly believe that there are some of these graduates that kind of slip through the cracks for whatever reason. And,
Mhm.
you're doing a really awesome thing.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
That was so inspiring the fourth time. Like, this is going to resonate with so many people, and you're going to help so many people.
A-
And
And
I
I will
love that.
sometimes it will take you more than 4 times.
Yeah.
Um, Something that my coach said to me, towards
Mhm.
the end of bar prep when I was kind of freaking out, he said, "You have to be completely prepared to go in there again." And that
Yeah.
really hit me. But
Wow.
it changed
Yeah.
my perspective a little bit in
Mhm.
terms of, like, you cannot let the fear beat you down. You have to just,
Yeah.
like I said, just stay focused, stay in the game, and, be so dedicated to this goal that you'll come
Mhm.
back more times if you have to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that's another thing that I that's just one of those, like, really hard pills to swallow, but sometimes you have to really want it that bad for
Yeah.
some of us.
Ugh, Crystal, that was so good. I loved it. Well, thank you so
Sorry,
much.
this stuff for
No.
hours and hours.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, we should I mean, I would yeah, I'd love to connect and yeah, and just, send me your phone number and just, like, collab. I mean, if you think there are
Yeah.
people that help, I would love to help them and see what we can do,
Great. Well, Crystal, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come on the podcast.
and thank you again for the opportunity to be on this podcast and to talk about my experience and talk about the Bar Exam Trails Company.
That's it for today's episode. Again, I'm Stephanie Ponzaneli, and this is Legally Ponzanelli. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Bar Exam Drills was so gracious enough to give us a discount code for you guys. So anyone that signs up, please make sure you use the code Ponzanelli10, which is also located in our link tree. If you have any questions or would like to get connected with Crystal, feel free to send us an email or DM us on any of our social media platforms, and we will make sure to get that information to you. If you know someone who is struggling with the bar exam, who is a retaker, or thinks that they no longer have what it takes to sit for the bar exam again, this is the episode for them. Know that you do have someone that is ready to be in your corner. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd love for you to share it with a friend, a classmate, or a colleague and post it on your social media. It truly helps the show grow. And if you're not already following along, you can find us on TikTok at Legally Ponzanelli and Instagram at Legally Ponzanelli Podcast. If you have comments, questions, or suggestions for future guests, email me at legallyponzanelli@gmail.com. And if you're a law graduate who wants to share your story, I would love to hear from you. For sponsorship inquiries or ways to support the show, feel free to reach out to